Hey everyone, tonight might be our last reclear night. Currently, we're talking about Monster Hunter in stream though, so let's swap over. Also, hey Zin, and hey Leo. Hey, Purple Trapezoid of Safety. Let's bring you up,
As a great sword user, I always ended up on the other side of him by the time the hit registration kicked in.
Yep.
Because of how much he moved.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like standing on the other side of him with my great sword held, just like while everybody else is flailing. I'm like, what's wrong?
Well, it's
What's
so
wrong?
funny too, because the way it works is he'll hip check through you, but the hit still hits from the side he started on. So you have to turn and block away from him.
We call that a cross-up, sir.
It is a cross-up. It's a giant monster fish cross-up.
I was really hoping we'd see Tanfa in this one. I was really hoping for it.
It comes out Friday, right?
Yep.
It's 27th, whatever day of the week that is.
Okay,
That's
yeah, so
Thursday.
in 2 days.
I don't know what time on the 27th. But...
Yeah, I'm going to assume it's like late night, so it's technically Friday. I probably won't be doing it Friday, but we might try that next week.
Oh, the first
Right.
it's a Monster Hunter game on release. The first week is going to be extremely sketchy trying to make actual online rooms work. Plus, everybody still has to mostly get through the low rank crap. But
I mean,
that shouldn't stop us from trying. I'm just saying.
Well, I was going to say, like, I'm sorry, going through the low rank stuff was more fun to me than the high rank stuff in the end. The high rank stuff became monotonous.
Can be.
It can be.
I am only talking from World. That's my only experience, so...
It also depends on if you're playing with 3 different groups of people, so you have to like pull people through the same content 3 times, right? Like then it becomes very grinding.
It also depends on what your goal is. Like, I'm usually not working to kill a bunch of This is me. I don't usually build sets for a long time. I upgrade as I need to, but mostly just cobble something together and just go from hunt to hunt. Because I don't need that extra armor set. But that might be different too. Like, I don't know if they're fooling with any of that.
I do know the Palicos apparently have voice actors, and it was weird to me.
Yes.
Like, it's right, they did always talk, but they never had a voice actor, so it was
previously
weird
they just put silly cat noises there every time they talk. Yeah.
I wish so. Like the voice actors are literally just voice acting like a Bob. I really wish there was some kind of like, I don't know, not a human.
Yeah.
I don't know how to put it. It sounds like Danny DeVito playing Pikachu in Detective Pikachu. That's the best way I can put it.
I mean, I get what you're saying. On the other hand, I am a fan of the brand of comedy where like this like extremely cute Palico walks out with like a tiny sword and he opens his mouth and it's like Clint Eastwood talking.
If they had done it in a comedic way, I would have been about it.
Or if it was like a mix of both. Because, yeah, like it would... I would like to have them sound a little more bestial. Like, admittedly, like how the Char kind of are in Guild Wars, actually.
They do a good job with the Char.
It's a good example.
Oh, hey, you know what? Let's just do this. And let's just hit this, because, yeah, we'll have Fubar on. We'll have music on while we're in PvP. I also found out I need at least I think it's 18 days of frontline bonuses to get to the last PvP rank being done.
Godspeed? Question mark?
Really, it's a case of, hey, if I at least do it 4 times a week, I'll have it, especially considering I tend to do more than one match anyway. Because I'm going with the assumption of I get the lowest amount of EXP as well for this. Oh, fuck, I made a mistake. I forgot to change my class. All my buttons do not work. Anyway.
You made a huge mistake.
Yeah. My ninja is set up for I don't fucking remember when. I don't think I've ever played ninja in PvP, honestly.
It is the closest this game gets to the World of Warcraft Rogue experience. By which I mean skulk around like an opportunistic vulture and then like go in and gimp somebody and run away and nobody can catch you.
Oh boy, we have both teams pushing us into base. This is going to be like my first match of today. But yeah, no, anyway, yeah, at worst, you get 2,500 series points in here, and that's what I'm assuming with my X days estimate. If I win some, hey, honestly, not even if I just win some, just playing is going to change it because you get more experience the more times you lose up until you win.
That's nice of.
It was a balancing things because, look, Frontlines is very much a crapshoot of what the hell's going to happen. It's why I don't really... Like, I try to win, but at the same time, I'm not going to get too frustrated if we get stomped because sometimes either A, our team is that way, or B, the enemy team just really wants third place that badly. Why are we all running away from it? Why are...
Murder kill.
People. But they're running
Unless
away
they're
from
running
the
away
murder.
from fight too.
They're running away from what could have been a fight, and they were all on top of this node that just spawned, and they decided to go to the one on the beach that spawned instead.
It's probably somebody that everybody is following, and that one person doesn't know that everybody's following them and running around like a chicken.
Quite possibly. The lemmings. The lemmings problem.
Consider bots.
Also that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and tomorrow is when you start getting Moogle tombstones out of this stuff.
So they declared point 2 yet?
Say again?
Did they declare point 2 yet?
Not officially, but the fact that we have Moogle tombstones starting tomorrow means that it is going to be in exactly 1 month, so it will be March 25th. Because it is
something unforeseen or a change in policy.
Yeah. Like, going off of past performance, it is always the Moogle tombstones is the last month before the patch. Savage should have unlocked a month ago, though. This should be when Echo came in.
It has felt suspiciously longer than normal.
They didn't unlock the other ones until later last expansion, if I remember correctly. Like, they have been very bad. The unlocking of Savage is one thing that has not been consistent across the expansions.
Fair enough.
It's a weird thing to pick.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes, like in Omega tier, so Stormblood, they unlocked the tier significantly earlier, and then we would get Savage, and then we got Echo before the patch, I believe. And then for Shadowbringers, okay, Shadowbringers I'm not going to count. They had a whole wrench thrown into their system, so it was really fucking weird. Alexander tier, I don't think they unlocked except I'm not counting the last tier either, because the last tier is always very weird because it's end of expansion. But the first two tiers, I think they didn't unlock until after the next tier had come out. So it was like what we had for Pandemonium. But at the same time, there's no reason to need to wait that long.
I mean, unless they're literally that far behind on their own development.
Well, even if they're that far behind, there's no reason to delay the unlock, to be fair.
I agree with you, but I can also see why they might think otherwise.
Yeah, it depends on how desperate their mindset is. They might think that they're gonna hold off on the pitchforks if they keep it open, keep it like that longer.
Yeah, like I can totally see somebody saying, well, if we unlock it, then everybody will get their stuff and be bored faster.
To be fair, a lot of the people who would do that probably already got their stuff
Oh yeah, no,
beforehand.
I mean that's why it's not. That's why I don't actually agree with that.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Really, my main thing with it is, okay, you want to have that mindset? Fine. But then you release Chaotic, which has no weekly restrictions and gives you the same item level.
Not even sure those two people talk to each other. Like, I genuinely, like, just the way things are done in this game, like, is like, I don't think anybody from anything to do with, like, the Savage stuff, it feels like is, like, even works on or talks with anybody in the Chaotic department, which would be the
they do,
Alliance
because,
department.
for example, Mr. Atma has been on both sides.
Well, he also, Mr. Atma's chaotic.
Yeah,
chaotic something too. So
well, he's the reason why Clouded Darkness Chaotic is so fucked. It's not. I would say it as like a fight on its own is honestly not worse than, say, E9 was. The difference, though, is you have 24 people instead of 8 people who need to now coordinate and react.
that in of itself to me isn't crazy, but I'm also from ye old times of yore where 20 people being coordinated was the fucking standard. So maybe I should talk.
Well, I was going to say, remember, at least WoW-wise, the 20 people being coordinated was really, you only needed 8 of them to actually be coordinated.
No. Depending on the fight. For 90% of the fights, you were correct.
Sorry, I'm going to go with
AQ40.
the majority side versus the minority exceptions side.
Well, those minority exceptions were also just the things that prevented people from seeing content. And I'm not saying it was good, but I was there, and like, yeah, you could clear all the way to the Twin Emperors with any group with enough time in AQ40, and then you got to them, and you needed 20 or 30 people who knew what they were doing instead of 8 people all of a sudden. And then once you got to Cthulhu, absolutely everybody at all times needed to be perfectly positioned. At any point anybody steps out of line, everybody dies. Nax was like that with 4 Horsemen and Instructor Resuvius. Like, there was stuff in WoW that was crazy and overtuned, and that was why Death and Taxes and Nilium and a bunch of those other guilds got super famous, because they were the only people who could find 40 people, of which they paid 35 of them to be coordinated and actually do that crap.
Mm-hmm. Also, I just learned something that they changed with Bard that I didn't notice before. My binding shot now gives me pitch perfect.
That's good.
Pitch perfect in PvP doesn't work the same way it does in PvE. It changes my one button. It basically is changes my one button to being instant and 50% stronger for one shot,
Still
and
good.
having AOE. So it's nice, but it's.
And then there was Guru, which is my Vietnam story. Not only did all 25 people need to know what they were doing, 10 of them had to be leather worker, and 8 of them had to be warlocks.
For the fucking drums.
And you had to get fucking lucky. And you needed 3 priests with mass dispel. Because a thing that was mandatory to mass dispel would pop up, and you had 1 second to do it. And you needed 3 people so that the cooldown could cycle enough for the fight.
I can't remember if Mass Dispel was a thing you just got, or if it was locked
It was
in the...
spec'd into.
It was in the
that
talent
point.
tree? Okay.
It was in Discipline, which was the weakest healing spec. So
Well,
you needed...
Here's the thing with Discipline. I have a feeling it was one of those... It was the weakest healing spec because people didn't know how to do shield healing properly back then.
You could not do shield healing properly back then. It was not that they didn't know how to, it was that you could not. The cooldowns were too long, the shields were good, but would go down in a single auto attack. It was... Discipline became great for shield healing starting in Wrath of the Lich King, which is where they started to figure out the variable different ways to approach mitigation and healing and raid support.
Okay. Oh god, that person just double did 4 SE3s at once, so it was real fucking loud.
In oh god, I forgot the name of it. The second expansion.
Burning
Crusade, yeah.
Or no, that's the first expansion.
No, that was
Lich King is the second.
Lich King is the second. I'm sorry, the first expansion. In that one, it
really fun for third.
Figured out how to make it so that more than warriors can tank. Yeah, I know. It took them that long to figure out how to make it have more than one type of tank. They still couldn't make bear tanks work.
It worked well enough. We had a bear tank through all of Karazhan, and up through Steam Vents. Though we had both bear and... Actually, we had all 3. Bear, Paladin, and Warrior.
In the later half of... and this is just because they're dumb, but in the later half of Black Temple and in Mount Hajal, and especially in Sunwell, they just started putting things where, like, bosses had inflated critical hit chance, and the way that you dealt with it was to use shield block, because back then, the hit was rolled on a table. And...
Well, they also had the anti-crit stat come in that expansion.
That was in Lich King.
Oh, I thought that was before Lich King.
It was the same stat, but they changed how it worked. Defense helped. There was a dedicated anti-crit, I think, in Lich. I don't know. It's been a long time. I don't remember exactly. I do remember how it worked in Black Temple because we had to sit down with the fucking spreadsheet to figure out how to do it. To deal with shear and to deal with bosses with massive crits, you had to boost your block chance so high that it pushed crit off the bottom of the hit table, if that makes sense.
Because you make it so that it can't possibly be rolled, basically.
Right, yeah, you made it so that the block was at the front of the hit table. And
How
then,
is nobody
miss
taking
was
this
in
thing?
front,
It's undefended.
Dodge was
What
in
the
front
fuck?
of block, and then miss was in front of both
Guys,
of
I'm so
those.
confused.
And you got your dodge and your block so big that the bar that was
We got
then
second.
just get hit was just big enough to push the gigantic crit rate at the bottom of the table off of it, so that the 1 through 100 roll or whatever it was would never land on critical hit. It was a extremely jank way to make yourself crit proof. And then they just directly tied it to defense and
I can do one more.
directly tied the separate crit roll to defense in Lich King, and you just stacked your defense high enough that you couldn't be crit, which was different.
Okay, yeah, because the stat I'm talking about wasn't defense did it. It was like they actually added a stat that was just for mitigating crit.
They've redone it so many times that I just couldn't tell you where
it
was,
is
man.
I'm sorry, it is a 20-plus-year-old game. So.
Yeah. I just specifically remember how we were like, how do we kill Illidan? Because he kills... But here, the reason that was stupid was because there's only one tank that can hit a shield block button reliably, and that's Warrior. So even after they made Paladins and to a lesser degree Bears viable tanks, you still needed your Warrior tank, or Illidan was literally impossible.
Yeah, but aren't we talking about the era where like 20-man raid team was norm?
25,
Yeah.
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 So, like, at
less
that
of a
point, you
problem
could...
with that page. Yeah.
Yeah, at that point, you could have it right. All right, here's the tank for this one. Because I believe at that point, you were able to change... You could have two spec... Yeah, in Burning Crusade, you could have two specs that you could swap between.
Yes. And also, every single person who was playing and doing raiding that had been around since the launch and was a tank was a warrior anyway, because tanks were the only warriors in the original. So there was not a shortage of warriors. But it was kind of lame that, like, no matter how good of a bear tank you were, no matter how invested your guild put in you, no matter how rad you were, Illidan just auto-killed you because you were a fucking bear and you didn't have a shield.
Did that stand true when Classic got released?
Yes.
I don't know if you... Okay.
Yes, it did.
Because I just wonder how much of that was the era in
when
knowledge.
Classic was released, they kind of released the events in chronological order, but Classic was released with the final balance patch of Classic. And when they upgraded it to Burning Crusade or whatever it was, they put in the final balance patch of that, but released everything in chronological order. Like, Classic was not Classic, is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm. It was vanilla, but...
Which was also a good thing, because for 80% of original release WoW, like, 3 classes didn't function.
Mm-hmm. And when you say it was the last patch, I assume it was the pre-expansion patch. I don't know how to describe it, because I remember we got the expansion skill trees before the expansion hit.
What would happen was like they would actually release the expansion patch before they dropped the actual expansion, which nobody else does. But yeah, I know what you're saying. It was the final state of the game before the 2.0 stuff came out, basically. Which is, for Classic, despite what everybody would whine about, was really good because it meant that a lot of the very late vanilla, warlock and paladin
There was a lot of
stuff was
jank early on, and they had to get it fixed, or else people were going to...
Not jank, outright complete inoperability. There was... Warlocks were useless for most of the original launch of WoW. In fact, I think they were missing one of their skill trees for a long time, and there was no synergy at all in the way their stuff worked.
That's
very
a lot
late
right down there.
in vanilla World of Warcraft, they were able to get their shadow bolts up there in potency enough to get big honkin' crits that were fun to do, and they were able to do decent damage. Another problem in vanilla World of Warcraft, though, also was just the crap you were fighting invalidated options. Warlocks and fire mages and Molten Core and Blackwing Lair were totally worthless.
Yeah,
you could go in there on Frost, but Frost had no damage.
It's where the problem of the things having elemental resistances starts to rear its head of, oh, wait, but because you have things that are spec'd in specifically this thing, well, now they're completely hosed.
They did this thing where they made it so Fire Mage was the stand there and do raid damage mage spec, and then gave Ice all the control, which was, and a little bit of burst, which was great in PvP. And then Arcane was the I'm a walking bomb who's out of mana in 10 seconds spec. So
they were the I wish I had the feign death glitch class.
Yep.
God, those were dark times for hunters of, oh yeah, we have so little MP that we have to feign death, then stop and drink in combat.
Yep. Mages had similar things they could do.
And then they took it away. And it wasn't until a month later that they gave us the Viper stance. The
reason they took it away wasn't even that. The reason they took it away is because people started to figure out that you could break the script of the game by using hunters and feign death.
Well, yeah, spin strats.
Spin strats, skipping alpha strikes. There are a couple of things they could do with feign death to screw things up. And people started figuring that out, especially in AQ40. And they were just like, well, can't do that. So they took it away.
It couldn't have been AQ40 because they didn't take it away until Burning Crusade.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It was when my group was in the middle of doing the Space 25 man. The Blood Knight 25 man.
Yep. I know what you're...
Or Blood Elf, whatever they're called.
The elf on horse steroids.
Fucking yeah, goddamn, this guy, I barely come up to his ankle. How the fuck?
Well, it's funny because in that fight too, when you start fighting him, he's got the normal, just I'm a giant character because I'm a raid boss, and then you get to the final phase and he powers up and he gets 3 times bigger.
Mm-hmm.
It's so goofy.
We don't have proper sized human hitboxes in this game anymore. But I will never not appreciate fucking all my name days have come at once boss at the end of Doma Castle.
That's
him having a human-sized hitbox for his human-sized model.
I know why they can't do that for a big-ass fight. But...
Well, that's also why for most of the times in the big-ass fights, you aren't fighting a human-sized person anyway.
No.
With the exception of fucking P8S. He started as a human.
This is one thing that, a Final Fantasy, this is a Final Fantasy thing, really, is, very rarely... No, I guess that's not true. I guess there's usually one or two, just another really strong dude that you have to fight. But usually in Final Fantasy, you're fighting a giant monster or some sort of frickin' god.
It's JRPG. Sorry, we're killing God.
Since World of Warcraft, let's face it, was Western comic book style, you were mostly fighting other dudes.
They also came from different things, though. The Warcraft series was Strat,
Yeah.
Was what?
It was a strategy series first.
It was a strategy.
Oh,
yeah,
yes. Sorry. I heard was Stratter, and I missed... Something cut out in my brain.
Yep.
And that's going to give you an entirely different set of enemies.
Yeah.
Though, to be fair, they did set the precedent in Warcraft 3 of these people are like 5 times the size of normal units. Because of how your hero units
They also
worked.
ran with it. They made that canon, by the way. That's why they're huge, is in this universe, when you get powerful, you get huge. And they said it jokingly, but then they also kind of said, and we're just going to run with that because you don't want to be fighting a guy who's the same size or smaller than your Tauren tank.
I mean, yes, I do, but not as a 25-person fight.
Not with 8 rogues on your team who have to be behind him backstabbing.
Yeah. Not with a 25-person fight.
Trust me, there were fights like that. Instructor Vesuvius was one of them. That fight was a fucking mess. It was one of the coolest ideas they've ever come up with, and it was just a mess. I don't know if you.
I said I believe it. Like,
he was the one where you walk into his training hall, and he's got 4 understudies, and this Death Knight is the most badass dude like anybody has ever seen at level 60. And like the first 2 nights of fighting him are trying to figure out how to tank him, because your main tank walks in,
Grace,
gets hit with disruptive
Hope you're doing
shroud,
all right.
loses 200 defense, which is 50 more than you even have at level 60. And then he immediately one-shots you with a massive, like, super crit. That fight had to teach every single priest in the group how to tank, because you have to fight him by mind-controlling his minions and forcing him to kill his students one at a time. And everybody has to line of sight every time he screams and shatters the room. Which he does every 15 seconds. So there's this group of 40 people diving behind like staircase railings.
I admit, I don't know
caffeine
caffeine
darts and
doses,
running by
but that
and
does sound a
stabbing
little
him
high.
and drive-bys for 20 minutes, and you have to kill him before he kills all of his students and then starts running around killing everybody. He doesn't have an enrage. The enrage timer is killing him before all of his students die. Really fun idea. Absolute fucking mess in practice.
Well, I failed to kill that guy.
Level 80 version just put 2 orbs that the tanks can use to mind control his students, which fixed the fight. It was much cleaner. It wasn't as funny, but it worked.
Nim,
He'll get a
get
drink.
some water.
I shall. Thank you, Betrayer. Emily, after this match is over, I might need to go get full thing of water, because I just realized I never went and did that, because we were discussing Monster Hunter when I went live.
God, I think about it though, like, you know, it's a lot of rose-tinted glasses, and it was definitely fun to learn some of those old fights, but like, there were like maybe 3 fights in max that was like, that were even like remotely interesting.
Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people enjoy the idea of the trash, and like, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed the trash in normal Alexander a little bit for a short while. But it did become, again, this isn't enjoyable.
Well,
But,
and you're right.
really, I guess the thing I'm saying is, I'm okay with trash in the normal raids, because it adds the flavor, it adds to the story, it's good there. For when we're doing Savage Raid Nights, I'm okay, I prefer it not being there, because it just eats into our already limited 2 hours.
World of Warcraft eventually transitioned to making trash take less time, having a gimmick that you would learn that would be useful for the next fight. Like, the trash became a learning mechanic, but didn't take too much time. And instead, you often just had encounters where trash was part of the fight, and it wasn't really trash. It was just like,
you had
turns out it turns out the guy you're fighting isn't retarded, and he's calling for reinforcements. But World of Warcraft also had systems in place to enable that.
Mm-hmm. The two things I really hated about the trash stuff is, admittedly, in WoW, because they didn't have the shortcut system, which in this game we would have the shortcut system if they put the trash in Savage, is that, oh, you died. Well, now you just are wasting time doing your corpse run back.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have your corpse, you're running from the start of the dungeon all the way to the boss again.
I'm not going to defend. I'm not going to defend trash in World of Warcraft from Vanilla Burning Crusade in the beginning of Lich King. No, it was terrible there. It was bad. It was just a time waster. It was to pad out the weak.
Mm-hmm. And that's, let's be fair, this game, we already know it's not the, they don't know how to do trash, for the most part.
So the trash that you pull in the whatchamacallits,
Criterion.
The Criterions is actually, I don't mind that. I think that is the right way to do it. But this is the important part. This is the wrong game for it anyway.
You know what game had good trash?
Guild Wars 2?
My friend, I'm using the past tense. It's the other one.
I mean, look, Guild Wars 2 might have had good trash.
I think it might be WildStar, guys.
It was
Tabula Rasa?
Tabula Rasa.
Ragnarok Online?
Trash,
No,
too.
Ragnarok
It was-
Online had terrible. Actually, everything was trash in that.
Oh god, I crit myself.
It was WildStar. WildStar had really good trash.
Well, it's because
Trash.
WildStar
Me.
did the thing that I was talking about that WoW did later, which is where trash was a lesson. Didn't take
Yeah, they-
17 million years. It taught you lessons.
I still remember in a interview, or not interview, but like in a live stream where they were going over their shit. They're like, yes, internally, we've made a point to not call it trash. Never refer to it as trash.
And I agree with that.
Stop.
It unfortunately just became standard because the first 2.5 expansions of
Oh,
WoW
we're gonna lose this one
was
again.
god awful trash.
Yeah. Or no, I understand that there's in-set parlance to MMOs, just like every fighting game has a fucking dragon kick, even though, you know,
Dragon Punch.
not what that's called.
You know what? Sure.
I'm saying it's, you know, calling back to an old...
Like how in
Name.
Final Fantasy we call so many things Proteans when
Yeah.
it's not called Protean, or Chariot.
60% not.
Yeah, a country all.
Oh.
Did you say a country all?
She did say a country.
She did, and it
What
like hurts, and
is-
she's not wrong, but
She's
also
wrong.
I don't-
I'm just.
I'm morally wrong, but I am accurate.
It's
What
the
the
worst
fuck
kind of
are you-
correct.
No. That's not a country all. That's a Christian all.
What
like
is-
I said.
You know what? Never mind.
Like a country couple.
I've never.
It's okay though.
Okay.
This cursed
people,
knowledge does not need to be revealed.
people ask me for a couple neon tetras, and I'm like, so 2? And they're like, no, 5. I'm like, that's not.
Oh.
God.
Oh,
That's
okay. I
how
know
that
what you're.
works.
I now understand what you're talking about. Okay. The I am guilty of that as well.
Yeah.
Because saying a couple for 2 is.
How that word works.
The problem is that I admit, while I was brought up with when you're talking about number of, when you're not talking specifically like a relationship of some form, a couple, which is synonymous with a small number.
That's a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like
That's
couple and
few.
few were interchangeable.
And
Yeah,
then you got
a country
several
couple.
after that.
Yeah, that's a country couple.
That is a country couple. And
Fair.
they're actually not interchangeable, but
Yeah.
Well,
A
he
couple-
knows that now. He grew up, guys.
I know.
He said little.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Okay, I admit, no, I still will just sometimes habit into that. You've probably heard me do it in raids and whatnot.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you ever said a couple and meant not two, I assumed two.
Honestly, my dude, I can't really give you shit for the brainworms that your environment gave to you. I'm still dealing with those as we speak.
I will if it's funny.
Of course you will.
For the bit.
So out of curiosity, Grace, how far into 3 have you done, or have you not dipped your foot into it yet?
You know, like a country minute. About 20 minutes.
Hey, Rhoda,
Yeah,
I'm gonna derail you entirely too much right now.
okay.
You ever dig with the circuit in Warframe?
Fair enough. Like, it's
I
not too
stopped
bad of a
playing
fight, in all
Warframe
honesty.
When K drives came out.
Cool. So they added roguelike with a bunch of weird mission types and random frames and random equipment.
Let's see, 14 minutes
Well,
for
what
that.
about-
Okay.
I hate that. What about your fashion?
So if you happen to have the frame already, it was your fashion
You know what? I
along
might need
with
to do
the
a thing.
potential to do your setup. But if it's a frame you don't have or you don't have leveled, you could level it through this with pretty efficient stuff.
Alright. For mastery?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, they executed correctly.
Yeah, no, I
That's fair, Grace.
don't,
Like, when you
Uh-huh.
go in,
I
So
don't
honestly, my
distrust
schedule's so.
the
If I'm
execute
free
something
and you're going in,
poorly,
give me a
I
ping and
don't
I might be able to
trust
join you.
the
But I full
keep their
disclaimer,
shit
my
together!
schedule is so fucking busy
That's
that
fair.
I
So-
don't know if that's going to happen.
one thing you can do is unlock frames instead of farming their nodes for like basic frames. So this means I get to do Atlas without having to like farm Jordas Golem and shit like that.
Uh-huh.
And so this is all really good, right?
Yeah.
I broke Smage the other day
Good.
because you can't do Equinox this way.
Why?
Because Equinox is not in the list of things you can frame farm this way.
Huh.
And so we went through all this, and he's finally like, "Why don't we just go to the circuit when it's Equinox's week to just farm this so you don't have to unlock this thing?" And I'm like, "Because it's not there." Fuck you! It's not there. One trip to the wiki later. Why the fuck is it not there? And it was just.
Ah, yes.
Why is Rage beautiful?
I mean, that's probably a good question, though.
You don't love rage, you love passion.
And rage is
Are
just
you
a form of
sure?
passion.
Mhm.
You do get excited when people are very happy about things to a degree. Like, for both of them, you have limits that we've seen.
I thought this was just a situation where loving rage and rage is beautiful is that moment where the rage was started at you, and you see it the moment you see it directed exactly where it needs to be.
Honestly, if you also just want to ask people in
I
the
want a
server, there
cinnamon
might be
sugar
others who
covered soft
would be
pretzel.
willing to join as well. On that note, let me check something. That is
I
not-
could
that's
materialize
not
one
the-
for you, I would.
I can go get a soft pretzel and some butter and some cinnamon sugar mix.
I can't. I just can't. I blame it on growing up on the West Coast. Soft pretzels are awful.
we're fighting now.
I
just
have said this
dough.
before.
It's just
Sorry.
specific dough baked
We've
in
been
with a
fighting.
crust.
Yeah, it's
I know.
It's just like, to me, it's just bread.
Wait.
It's just bread in a shape.
It's
I
a
have
specific kind of bread.
I mean, yeah,
I've
pretzel
had
bread
them
is just.
before. My dad really likes them. He grew up in Ohio. And like, to be fair, I don't like small hard pretzels either. It's like the type of bread that they use for pretzels. I don't know what it is, but I just don't like it.
I wonder if this might be just a like, but you haven't had a real one though.
Well, the only time I've ever gotten them is when we're east. But I mean, that could be true. You definitely can't find real ones here.
Sorry, I need to tangent.
I'm sorry, I'm having a goddamn mental meltdown. What the fuck do you mean you can't find them? They're not at your gas stations?
No,
Fair
Don't
enough,
go to
Chief.
Auntie Anne's?
pretzels is not a thing on the West Coast, Rhoda, at all.
Yes, it is.
Fuck you!
It's not.
Yes, it is. I gotten a soft pretzel at SeaTac.
Why is rage so beautiful?
I'm glad this had this effect.
How the
That's part of why I brought it
What
up.
the
Are we talking about Auntie Anne's pretzels?
Yes.
Auntie Anne's are in California!
They're in the
pretty su-
Midwest as well,
I
yeah.
was going to say, I'm pretty sure they're up in Washington State also. I
Yeah,
think
they're
it,
You know what? I
There's
believe you.
Oh!
I believe you. I've never seen anybody ever eat one, and I've never heard of a place to get them.
there's also Wetzel's
Sexual
pretzels.
are you?
There's also most stadiums.
Yeah.
Most ballparks, too.
I suppose. I've been to a few Padres and Chargers games, and usually everybody has chili dogs.
Yeah, Grace, like over here,
That's
Auntie
right.
Anne's,
People-
I think
just
they're
because
both
people
over
are
here.
absolutely wrong with how they season and coat their meat does not mean that it doesn't exist. It just means that they're addicted to their bullshit. However, I can't talk skylines around here, so people are just wrong everywhere.
Also, I need to do my tangent. So, Rue can be here, but he will be 20 minutes-ish late.
That's fine.
Well, I was going to say, do we go in for 2 clears and have
Right,
Yeah, it
do
doesn't
that.
matter.
Yeah.
I was going to say, and have Giggler join for the first part, so we aren't just sitting here for 20 minutes. Giggler will also be a little late because they're currently getting food, but
That's fine by me. That's right, the restriction's gone. It doesn't matter anymore.
yes.
Yeah. World's last.
Yes.
Nethos.
I
Yes.
did not get my cane today, guys.
you
PF was
like
not
salt?
kind to me.
Well, if we do 2, you've got a chance.
Did you ask me if I like malt?
No,
Salt.
ew. Salt.
Salt. Yes.
Just go to an Auntie Anne's, ask for a regular pretzel with extra salt, and I like to get the icing, like just a sugar slop to dip it in.
What
Okay.
universe is salt and sugar together good?
Most universes,
sweet,
that's how
salt,
you
and
make
sweet.
good sweets.
Yeah.
Most
Okay.
sweets need some salt to
Saltwater
activate the
taffy.
sweet.
This explains why I don't like sweets.
Have you never had saltwater taffy?
Yes, I have. It's disgusting.
Okay.
Can I? So, you know when you have the most horrible computer crashes ever where the sound drivers just to start exploding and you're like, I think I'm gonna die?
No, I'm
You
not
know
on
those?
West Coast. I'm on East Coast.
Yes.
I'm
My
on
brain's
East Coast,
doing
but
that.
my I have family in
Now I want.
I live near
chocolate-covered
Bad
pretzels.
Washington. Like I'm in the
Nah, I'm going with
DC
cinnamon
metro
sugar
area.
and butter
I have
glaze.
family in
I'm
Good
getting
Washington,
a fucking pretzel tomorrow. God damn it.
so I go
Glad to help.
I go visit
You're
from
not
time to
helping.
time.
That's okay.
It's a kind of helping. It's country helping.
God.
I've just always chalked this up for the same reason I love avocado, and like half the people I know who don't live on the West Coast are like, it's the most disgusting thing in the universe.
Because you ain't got the thing that makes it taste rancid.
I like avocado.
Avocado's
I'm okay
good,
with
but it is
avocado.
very easy to do bad avocado.
What do you mean? You just open it and eat it?
Yeah, what Rhoda said.
That's what you're supposed to do, but depending on how it is kept, especially during transport,
It does not keep very well.
Eat it immediately! There's an avocado in your hand! What are you fucking gonna do? Just eat it!
It's too late by the time it gets to me.
Yeah,
I live
that's
in hell.
that's what I was
No.
trying to get at.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, it does not ship well.
I was gonna say, yeah, like avocados, the reason like so many restaurants hate actually having avocados on the menu is because of how quickly they go bad. Like if I cut into an avocado, I need to use it that shift.
Mhm.
Yeah. They just, like,
Well, that's
you can
just-
get avocado anywhere here, but, and this is important, you are always charged extra for it.
That's
That's
not
just
just
a
over there.
logistics issue.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of places just charge you extra for avocado.
Yeah.
That ain't a taste problem.
That's
That ain't
normal.
like
I
the
know, I'm
cilantro
just saying,
issue.
like, you can still at least get it anywhere here.
This isn't like Old Bay of you can get it anywhere there. This isn't like Maryland where you can you want Old Bay lasagna? Someone's got Old Bay lasagna.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Now my brain's trying to concoct an Old Bay omelet.
Just put Old Bay on your omelet instead of salt and pepper. There you
I
go.
know, and I'm like, I'm trying to imagine if that is vile or not. I'm too Old Bay brained to like, yeah, I'll eat Old Bay on anything.
I
I'll
feel
put
like
that
that
in
would be odd.
I've seen Old Bay ice cream. Seen Old Bay
Yeah.
pizza.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I hate that I am slowly becoming a normal person when it comes to food. After listening to y'all right here.
I'm
Because
sitting
I
here
feel
thinking about
like-
Old Bay on anything other than like fish, bro.
Fair
You know,
enough,
I-
Grace.
I should
Seattle
you should never
is
take anything I
really
say about
expensive,
food
like,
as like
Honestly, so is
remove me
Tacoma.
from any kind of statistic because I have like
Seattle's also
quantifiable medical issues
fucking
with sensory input
Steep
in
ass
general.
hills.
Yes, hey,
Preach!
I'm in good company here.
Yeah.
Preach!
For example, I literally can't taste fish. It's like biting into water.
Fascinating.
Yep.
What about
Sucks.
like
I used to like it.
shellfish?
Shellfish? I
Yeah.
can taste the stuff that isn't the shellfish in the shellfish. Shellfish do not filter the crap that they eat very well. And I'm not talking about not deveining them. I just mean like
You're talking about the hard metals.
I'm talking about like
Or the heavy metals.
the minerals and stuff that are diffused into their flesh.
Yeah, the seasoning
Hmm.
from Mother Earth.
So I
Crayfish.
mostly don't like shellfish. Crayfish, okay. Shrimp, all right. Lobster, disgusting.
That's a shellfish.
I know. I'm describing the ones that
Okay.
I can eat.
Gotcha. So
Anything that's even remotely oyster or clam-like
Do you like
is.
crab?
I actually.
there's
So
different
here's the
types of
thing.
crabs.
I used to love crab. Crab is now mostly tasteless to me.
So here's
What kind of crab?
That's actually so sad. I love.
I was
crab.
going to say there is also a question of what type of crab because I'm not going to lie, king crab and Dungeness crab are
They fucking suck.
they're very
Yeah.
They do
they're
suck,
big
and it's
but they're
almost the only
flavorless.
stuff you can get here. The like small crab that you can get that
Oh,
you used
yeah.
to like
Blue
make
crab?
crab cakes and stuff.
Blue crab? Blue crab?
Blue crab,
Yeah,
yes.
you can't
Yeah.
get blue crab out there.
A
Good
one.
luck getting it here. Have had it.
Yeah.
Tastes better than those other two. Still not great. Still mostly flavorless. It's kind of a like tinny or irony taste to me.
Soft
See?
shell crab is my jam.
I was going to say clearly what you need is the fucking Rhoda, you remember when you came out here for crabs, the fucking vinegar?
Yeah!
Like it wasn't normal. I'm convinced it wasn't normal vinegar,
It
but
was-
like it was the
Valerie,
fucking
It
best.
was magic elixir. Like
if
that
you need
that
to
shit
leave,
cleared
bro,
my
then I will
skin.
understand.
Like,
We're getting weird in here.
hey Chief.
Okay.
Is
What's up?
Nethos's taste blindness to shellfish sad.
She's always
than
super
not
energetic.
Being taste blind,
It's just how
but
contained is it?
developing a fucking deadly allergy and you're a dog!
Yeah. No, we talked about this the last time I was around, because you were talking about being, like, allergic to shellfish and stuff. I was
Sucks.
just like, that's
If you
so
like
sad.
it, that sucks.
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
like.
it's sad if you liked it, and then you developed the allergy, because
Yeah,
that's just
no.
like...
Dude, I have food, like, restrictions, like, severe food restrictions, and that was, like, one of the safest foods I could eat until the incident.
Yeah.
The incident with me almost shitting myself.
Oh my god, I
Minor-
can hear the capital letters.
I have a minor allergy now to pineapple, and I really like pineapple, but I just can't eat it anymore. Like I can, but it's not worth it.
I have a very minor allergy to dairy, but I have continued to eat ice cream and cheese because I love them too much.
Yeah, I've never seen a dairy sensitivity actually stop anyone.
I was gonna say
it just
like,
makes my stomach upset, but I'm just
Well,
like,
I was gonna say
want
that's why
have
things like
cheese.
lactate and whatnot
I was
also
gonna
exist
say I have
now.
lactate, and for when I can't have it, I just carry a thing of like chalky anti-lactate pills. Because I would rather take those disgusting pills and have something delicious than not eat. And it works for dairy. Too bad there's not stuff like that for crap.
God, I wish I could just take pills to fix my shit.
Yep.
That's why when you guys were talking about pretzels earlier, I didn't want to interrupt because I love soft pretzels with like the cheese and stuff that you can get at like gas stations. But like, geez, does the cheese not like me?
Hey, Betrayer, I have some bad news.
I don't wanna-
Lexapro really helped.
I need you to stop trying to get me on drugs.
I'm not trying to get you on drugs. I'm just sharing my experience, and you're having a reaction to that.
The right
Like
drug.
me.
The right drug will help. It might not be Lexapro, and it probably isn't worth doing if you're doing fine without it.
Yep.
Oh, I would not say I'm doing anything close to fine, but
All right, I want a different
I'm
song.
not your doctor.
that's not a conversation to be having right now.
Yeah.
I will say, drugs is way better than raw dogging it for 20 years.
All right, I can put this up now for 5 minutes. I'll put it up for 10
Me?
minutes.
Staring threateningly at every authority figure telling me to buck up instead of, hey, we should get you to a doctor.
Guess what I remembered to do this time?
Take meds?
Well, yes,
Meds?
but no. The prediction.
Ah,
Ah,
each time?
I'm only doing it for the first one for now. And I have it whereas it's either the warm-up pull, the first pull, or 2 to 5 or 6 to 10. Or not today.
Yeah, but that's the day I quit forever.
Did y'all see the good news that they're releasing the Paisa earring from Vault Hell? It has been in the files apparently since Stormblood, and it's finally coming. My baby.
Is that the 100 tombstone item
Yeah,
this
it's
time?
the Moogle. Yeah, it's the Moogle tome.
That's nice of them. Also, it's nice of them for it to be a tombstone item and not like $14.99.
Well, earrings
The what?
generally are tombstone or Moogle tombstones.
What's happening? I blacked out.
Paisa earrings,
Paisa
Moogle
earring.
tombstones.
Ah.
Oh god. Suddenly blinding snake.
wow. I
I
didn't think we got to the X-rated version of this yet.
Are you also playing the Yowie game?
No.
Thanks,
Oh.
Ellery. I appreciate
Rhoda
it.
is just riding her snake.
I mean, the
Ow.
is
What?
playing
That's
Warframe.
pretty much what happened. That's about the same game I'm playing. So-
thank you, Liv, for getting on the mount for the fight that this snake reminded me of. That literally
That doesn't
forced
sound
me.
any better.
That forced
You're
me
still
to
peeking
use
a bit.
dark black magic to like make it so the game
Okay,
wasn't blinding
reshade is not dark black magic.
Eh,
No, it's not.
No, well, there
Huh?
goes somebody.
it's not.
That was interesting.
That was
What the
weird.
heck was that?
That was
That was
Discord
server
rebooting
change.
itself.
That was server changing because
Mm.
people are getting robot-y to me.
Oh,
Oh,
Actually, everything does sound better. I hadn't really been thinking about it, but
hey, no, the dark black magic is. Well,
Dark Black
Ellery,
Magic is how I had the Paisa earring for several months.
yeah.
and also how you had Thomas the Tank Engine
Yes,
harrowing hell.
That was a good one. I miss Thomas. I don't want to go back into that fight, but I do miss seeing Thomas every week.
I'm gonna disagree politely with good, but only as a personal matter. That shit was terrifying.
I mean,
Okay,
P3, which was
that song was getting a little high pitched.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the most egregious thing I've ever had visual noise wise. Having said that, since then it's been pretty bad. They have not been very polite about that, and that is a thing that bothers me.
Not just you, other people have been complaining to them because like other light sensitivity people have been getting migraines and whatnot from the
It's
raid
not even
tiers
the light
lately.
sensitivity, it's also just like indecipherable noise. Like I have that problem with M4S in a lot of places. There are a lot of parts of that fight where I just like I trust your calls because I just see purple flash bang.
That's
I cannot
okay.
discern the difference.
At least you're not trying to like figure things out based off of the flickering lights that are happening, that then invert and change to the other flickering light.
I
Sabbath.
yeah, and I saw it doing that too when you were mentioning it. And I was just like, come on, man.
Man, jumping on this, you guys were talking about the snake, so I'm on Alteroid. Man, jumping on this guy is very silly. Just watch its watch its tail when you jump on it. It like, it's not supposed to move like that. It's getting a little crunchy back there.
who we missing, Rue?
Yes, but Giggler is going to sub.
Who will be
Well,
here?
actually, we're missing 2 people.
Yeah,
But
Yeah, I
Rue
need
will be
to
here
talk
later.
about-
So we're basically going to be doing 2 clears today because we can.
As soon as the game lets me in.
So I made a mistake the other day.
Yeah?
I ran 5 instances of Final Fantasy Mystic Quest in an archipelago.
uh-oh. Why?
And curiosity.
Okay.
I gave them some slightly different settings on the way. It was a lot easier than I expected to keep track of where I was in each game.
That's good.
It was a lot stupider than I expected how many times I had to game switch.
Yeah. For Mystic Quest especially, that doesn't surprise me.
It shouldn't be that. It should not have been that bad when I told it on one of the instances to give me almost no barriers. And it
Yeah.
sat there and went, all right, you're not getting out of the starting area, though.
The Mystic Quest randomizer in general seems to be predisposed to making things annoying from what I have seen over the past couple of years.
That was a
Like it's
high-pitched
just
squeak at the
general logic generation goes out of its way to make the first 2 spheres as obnoxious as possible on any settings. I don't actually have any like knowledge of whether that's true, but it sure as heck looks and feels like it.
I think that's more a instance of you need the starting one of each of the weapons to really progress everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then you need the final version of Bombs and Claw to get where you need to get for a lot of places.
It does have like one of the most gated early spheres, yeah. And then like you said, also hard gated in spheres.
Well, okay. Axe opens up the forests. And Axe gets you Pazuzu floor locks. That's all Axe does, but that's still something.
Yep.
Sword is shit, I'm forgetting the name of it. Ice Pyramid.
Excuse me, I hope I muted
Sword
that
is
in
Ice
time
Pyramid.
before that
Sword
sneeze.
is Doom Castle if you have that setting triggered. And that's kind of it. Claw is 33% of your areas. Claw is mine, Wintry
Yeah.
Cave.
I need to go through my list
Great
later. I
Giant
don't
Tree.
know who most of these
It's
people are.
so many things as Claw, even without Dragon Claw, which is the windy areas.
I think that's...
Not to mention the
Wrong.
final boss, but that's not important. Bombs is Bone Dungeon. Bombs
I don't know if I ever actually got Giggler on. Oh well.
Lava Dome. You know.
I always forget how early you get those.
Well, bombs. You get bombs in Bone Dungeon as Tristan Gift.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, like, it's something on the way, and then you have Mega Grenade for a few chests on the way, and then to let you get to Dark King, and that's it. Like, Mega Grenade isn't that important, but bombs are super important. So, any siege you're running where you start with sword is the least open seed until you pick up one of the other starting weapons.
And I think for the tournament stuff, they actually start you with no weapon at all. Good luck.
No, they don't. I haven't seen that setting. You have to be able to kill things to get through certain
You're
things
right.
randomized. Yeah, no. No.
Also, it wouldn't work if you had no weapon.
Yeah,
For
it
other
ju-
reasons. You would be leaving a memory address empty.
So anyway, that's just for traversal and stuff.
Alright, looks like
And
we
then
got
there's
our
also
prediction ready.
What you have to kill on the way and all that noise. The logic for that's actually really polite. It takes into account your multiplier on your level and then gives you just enough difficulty so that you have to think your way through skips. If you're just progressing without skips, then you're on a cakewalk anyway, just like regular Mystic Quest. If you're skipping some things or if you're avoiding combat, then you're going to have a bit harder of a time, unless you're fighting just enough stuff to maintain level and pressure.
Man, Mystic Quest really is like one of the, it's like an epitome game of oftentimes the best randomizers are from games that were not great.
Yeah.
The randomizer suddenly makes it good.
Now the question is, who shows up first? Giggler or Rue? Giggler was in the middle of cooking dinner about 30 minutes ago, so we shall see.
All I know is I enjoy skipping most of Fire and Wind because
Who wouldn't?
Pazuzu's Tower is ass, Mount Gale isn't a thing, and Giant Tree is a lot of chopping mushrooms. I don't want to do that.
Those are
Those are all just
each of those individual places you described brings the rating for the game down 1 star on their own.
Mount Gale isn't anything though. That's just it. Like
I guess that's true. Mount Gale isn't on that list.
it's not Falls Basin, but it's close.
Pazuzu's Tower is might be It's definitely not the worst thing I've ever got run through in a JRPG, but for whatever reason, it feels like it every time.
Well, that entirely depends on like whether or not you're getting. At that point, you've got the Dragon Claw, and you can insta-kill 2/3 of the monsters in there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's not the monsters.
Well, that's the only thing. It's that, and it's just how much of the monsters in there
I forgot to
can
set.
potentially
I gotta set that up later. Later, I'm gonna have
And
it
that's
set up
the
where you guys
problem
can
is,
throw. Well,
Mystic Quest is
well,
not
you'll see once I've got it
health.
set up.
It is
You'll
status
see once I've got
effects
it set
and
up.
how you deal with them. Can you brute force before they get to act, or can you survive with your ally who's been picked for that dungeon so that you don't have to deal with those status effects on both of you?
So what you're saying is Mystic Quest is 2nd edition Dungeons and Dragons, and whether your dungeon master lets you have magic items.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah.
Wizards don't have a lot of health. That does not matter. Do you have these 3 spells
Welcome.
that you have to cast in exactly this
Oh,
sequence?
The answer is both of them at the same time.
This is what we
That's
should have
fine.
predicted instead.
You're
Yeah.
right.
You know,
I did tell you 20
it
minutes.
was in my head saying that it would happen at the same time.
That's epic.
You gotta fight now.
Alright, time and place.
Duel in the dueling arena.
Oh,
We've got to
To
go
the
to the
wolves,
dueling
then.
circle, which is shaped like a square.
I was cooking
No.
dinner.
Different kind of duel. We have a triple triad board in the FC house.
Oh, Rue will win. I don't play triple triad.
I don't know if he plays triple triad.
No. I have some cards.
Okay,
I
that's
don't
even funnier. Yeah, that's the way you do it.
Oh my god. Here, I'll send
Money
you
for
guys a
nothing,
picture of my
chicks for
suit.
free.
Cooking is so tiring.
It
I'm
can
so
be.
tired.
I was eating.
It's creamy chicken and rice soup. Where
Yeah,
would I post this?
That is a lot of preparation.
Do I just do it in general?
For food that goes into self-care is compulsory.
Oh! Okay, okay.
It can go in general too.
I'll just put it here.
Oh wait, do we get Echo?
No.
Dang.
There's my
Oh
soup.
man, yeah, that's edible liquid for someone.
That's
I respect that
Hey,
you can put
those
that in your
finally
body.
you can skip Sword Quiver.
Well, it's more just that, like, at this point, it's like just let us have it.
I don't have to fill. I mean,
Oh no, I'm waiting for Rue to actually log in right now. I think
Okay.
he's downloading the patch.
gotcha.
I'm in the queue, thank you very much.
Oh, step ahead.
How is he supposed to know? He does not have a video feed into your room.
Are you sure?
Yes, Lim does not have a video feed
Is
into
that
Rue's
because
room.
you have a video feed into Rue's room?
He has a
None of
video
your
feed
business.
into everybody's room.
Oh my god.
Remember, he spies on all of us through our webcams and also through the hidden camera that he installed somewhere.
No. Webcams is good.
Sorry.
We don't do that. No.
That's
Apologies.
exactly why I do not have a webcam connected to this computer.
Well, that's why I said, and the hidden cameras he installed somewhere.
It's also why I disconnect the mic when not in use.
Poor Mike.
What did he ever do?
Fuck Mike.
Wow.
Wait, it's Mark.
It is
That was the joke.
Listen, that is actually just how bad my noun memory is.
That is a mount, Rua.
Oh, yeah.
Mount Ronkin
Hello.
Mount. I'm terrified to know what that tongue feels like.
Lim?
What?
What? That was so out of pocket.
No, it's not if you see the mount she's riding in, whereas her hands
No.
are sitting
Out
on
of
the tongue.
context, it's very.
In context as well, honestly.
That's a mouth pocket.
God. See, we are starting out with very high curse levels today.
Are you straddling this tongue, Rhoda?
No.
No, but it's a question of, is it like rough and dry like a cat's, or is it going to be wet like a dog's, and thus it's all slimy, and I hate this?
You
Uh,
did
we
it to
are all-
yourself.
We are all playing the Yowie game. I understand now.
Yeah.
I mean, she's like
I
the
feel
tongue
like it's
goes to like where
It's like-
where she's leaning, but it doesn't go to the base.
Yeah, tongues
that's
don't
even
go all the
weirder.
way down to your through.
This
through
is
your
a
body.
this is a yokai. We do not apply human physiology to non-humans.
Also, Cayman, are you good?
Give me about 30 seconds.
All right.
Oh, I
Well,
could
actually,
do
I'm
this
gonna go
now.
get something.
Okay,
All the time,
let me
Rhoda.
just close that.
Alright,
I-
well,
Realized I should go grab some tinctures so I have more than 9.
I mean, we only need the 3.
Rhoda is the most excited Uvula ever.
alright, well, I'll catch you guys later.
Yep, sorry, Giggler.
well.
Thank you, though.
No,
Thank
no,
you for showing
it's
up.
okay.
Yes.
I am simply the 9th man. Alright, see you.
Bye.
Bye!
like
There's no simply there. It used to be that it was a great prestige to have a large available bench.
That was a bench once.
Never again. One of my gear is noticeably low. However, will I respond?
Right
supposed
click
to make-
repair.
Oh, one of them's broken. When did that happen?
Alright, well, we're not going in now then.
I can fix my own gear. Thank
We
you,
can fix his gear as well.
Well, how am I supposed to know that?
It made
Yeah,
more sense
they-
to have a roster of 50 people when you needed 40 people, and there was no universe in which the same 40 people were always there.
Was that loading or?
Those load in, probably. Did you send it through again?
And it said registration was withdrawn.
Mm.
Which is what it says if somebody's loading.
I've never had it withdraw when someone's loading.
I've had it straight up say that they're between instances.
Yeah,
No,
that's usually what I get.
It usually,
either-
if I'm the one who's loading, it'll pop up and just have say immediately that
Row
it
Jolly
withdrew.
Guardian.
What am
Well,
I,
good luck,
dexterity?
Giggler, with
I'm
that.
dexterity,
And thank you
right?
again.
You are dexterity.
Am I dexterity? Are we sure I'm dexterity?
Are you sure
Your
you're
physical
dexterity?
range, your dexterity.
Listen, I may or may not have bought, go ahead. Bought 99 strength ones, forgetting I wasn't a
you can
monk
probably pick
Like-
up Dragoon.
like 4 weeks ago.
Pistol whip.
No, you're just like Barrett from Final Fantasy VII, and you're throwing the bullets.
Mm, I fucking wish.
So, to confirm, are you good now then?
Yeah, I'm good.
Also, I
Well,
thought
it-
when you were going with Barrett, you were going to go with the, yeah, so you've got your gun that has a giant mallet on the front and you're just beating them to it, all of the pistol whipping Rhoda
I
was
mean,
saying.
that's
Quit
that'd be
making a better game than the game we're playing.
good. I mean,
Never.
that was the thing, is like he had a lot of melee weapons and did a lot of things that were definitely strength based, but it was pretty funny early on when you mostly had the Gatling gun and it's like increased strength to increased damage of shoot gun.
Well, yeah, he squeezes the trigger harder. It makes the bullets go faster.
It's
You know,
not
I'm
easy. There's no
surprised.
trigger.
You know, with all
Sure
the
there
gauntlet,
is. He just flexes. That's the trigger.
You know, with all the gauntlet monk weapons, I'm really surprised that they haven't given us an arm cannon for mech.
Kinda.
The Speen ones kind of are.
Oh, right. There's a new extreme.
Speen ones are like Mega Man arms. Okay. How do I play this video game? I eat
Right.
food.
Oh, I need.
I hit the ready check button. Brew is here this week, so I don't have to worry
Forgot how
about
awesome those weapons were.
thrusters.
You hit your macro button, so you press all the buttons without trying, and then you put yourself in the spot.
Oh yeah, you macro your rotation.
Yeah.
That is a really good sword.
Dude, how do I fucking play this game?
Rotation.
What?
Nothing personal, but I must have your soul.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
I guess that's not necessarily true for Picto.
Oh, hell yeah.
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
His great wings! Ha! A wicked
Right.
divine!
No, I wasn't in that.
Ow, back.
I ate my
South.
cash too, man.
Widening. Tanks. Everybody out. Tanks in. Lots of moving. You saw nothing. In. Healers
No,
out.
I saw it. It was cool.
Out. Melee in. In. Ranged out. You saw nothing.
No, I saw it. It was cool.
Damn it.
Murder.
That means stream saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was very blatant.
Shit.
What happened to you, Betrayer?
Now the
You-
cops
you
will be
goofy.
after me.
There is no
He cheated the telegraph again.
It is gathering either, but to what end?
Alpha Charlie. Charlie buddies. How about we get to count?
Ah,
My
that's
brain
only
really
next
didn't
talk.
put together that I shouldn't be seeing Frost there.
Mm.
Alright, 3 short.
Alpha spread.
Take this!
Time for some hugs.
Forgot my dot.
Electrope has many uses. Watch and learn.
Oh, look at that massive
Beta.
cannon. Her skills are as sharp as ever.
I'll erase you.
I'm in front. That's right.
Stay.
That was spooky.
We did a weird little dance. Don't worry about it. It all worked out.
Win.
Swap,
Move.
swap.
did.
Now Rue's taking the laser.
Laser. Full of electrolytes.
That's funny. That's incredibly funny.
Electroblights.
That's it's really funny.
No.
I
Full
did.
of
check.
electroblights.
Is it Brondo?
I have
It's got
No,
what
it's.
plants crave.
I was going to say it does not have what plants crave.
Delta
You're
friend,
Delta.
Liv.
You're Delta.
Okay, yeah. It was throwing me off, sorry.
1, 2, 3,
Wicked thunder is discharging
4, spread.
Okay.
5, 6, 7. Betrayer gets his enrichment. Everyone else comes in for heals.
This really is my enrichment.
1,
I will not fail.
2, 3 pot and spread. 4, 5, 6, 7.
My body will hold. It must.
Haha! Victory is mine, so.
Full double combo.
She's taken Electrope into her body and unleashed a new fellow soul!
You're down, Tactician, because I panic popped it.
Thanks for the heads up.
Sides. North one.
We are going south 1.
Middle.
Center. Tug up for them mustard bombs. Places, please.
What?
Mwah.
Thank you.
Two to one. Safety north.
I prefer fire now to blue. I used to like water more, but no, fire's the easier one to deal with.
Carbuncle hug.
I think it's kind of rude that she's auto-attacking me pretty much the whole time that,
That's just what bosses do now.
To be fair, she is Doc Ock and she has a lot of hands.
Yeah, I guess.
Right, stack up.
Not for this one.
4. 1.
In.
Middle. In.
How about we get to our quarters?
I'll think about it.
I'm already in mine.
Well, la-dee-da.
I know I'm special.
Yeah, you are.
Stay,
President
spread,
even said so.
then move and stack.
Oh, wrong way, Liv.
We all good.
Center.
Center.
I popped that sprint.
I was like, I saw the green name movement. I'm like, where's Liv going?
Oh, that was an incredibly delayed Heart of Light.
Whew.
Get ready to catch swords. 2 to 1 safety for later.
Oh, I am not H2.
My friends return all to ash.
Cayman's at the
Oh
back.
no, you're up one.
Heard that.
You're good.
Yeah. I'll count them out when we're done. For me too.
We start at 2.
That's her up in about 20-30 seconds.
3, 2, 1, 4.
2, 1, 3, 4.
Okay.
And they're done! Is it over already?
Oh,
Fortunately, you're the tank.
yeah.
Hey, I'll make her do a little bit.
2 to 1
less damage
safe.
for a few seconds. 2 to 1. That was close.
Mustard bomb. Tanks are being nasty with
Help me!
tanks are being nasty with it, so we don't get the smoochies.
Got the cooties.
That's not what the plants crave either.
Oh, we need that one.
Got
Oh
Rue.
god
2
damn
to
it.
1 knockback for later.
I should have known that Heart of the Light took forever to pump.
I am short.
East-west towers.
Right, I'm blue. I'm blue.
Side.
Can you get Ellery?
Challenger went down.
North-south
I got
power.
her.
North south? Oh shit.
They're still in it! But for how long?
2 to 1.
2 to 1 knockback.
Leave me dead.
Remember, there's a return trip.
Just kill it.
What?
You ain't gotta tell me to press this button.
Hey guys! Everybody loses the
clear.
prediction!
Nah, fuck it. I was wrong. First
this,
pull.
what?
I wasn't.
Next time.
Okay,
First
that
clear.
has quotes in it.
I don't give a shit. The other ones didn't say 3 to the rest.
I
The other
wasn't
one said
in
second
spot
to the
quick
rest.
enough.
You know what? Fair. Fair.
So Rue needs the coffer.
Yeah, Rue gets the coffer, everything else is up for grabs.
Yeah, we did it!
We did it! First pull.
We won the game!
It only took us to our last pull.
Well, not all of us.
Hmm.
I will do first pull because no one chose warm up. But yay!
What do we need a warm up for when we're all so blazing hot?
I need a second. Neither that was my fault. I didn't get there quick enough.
It's all cool.
Honestly,
I saw the health at 1.5% when I was the only one dead on the end of the horrible part. I was just like, it's fine.
Yeah,
I
it was
always
the getting Ellery
panic
up in
when
time
it-
that we needed.
When it's double
Yeah.
colors on each side, I'm like,
Oh
no,
yeah,
it's blue! All of them are blue!
yeah. No, that's
I was
that's the
also
bad one.
glad that somebody called sides because I immediately went looking for where Ellery's res was, and I was like, "Oh, it's sides. I need to run."
I cannot believe you made it over there. On my
Oh, yeah,
screen, you
no.
got hit. On my screen, you got hit by like 7 different mechanics there, and then casually walked through them to me, and we got and the soak worked. And I'm just like, what happened?
That was a full sprint button moment. I was like, "Wait a minute, I forgot." I'm H1 right now.
I'm glad to hear the soup is good, Giggler.
Oh,
So here's a question. Does anyone want to do anything else today?
Sure.
Not really.
I'm here for friendship.
Yeah.
Don't really know what we would do, but
I finished my ring project, so I don't really
Just in time for Monster Hunter in 2 days.
I guess the
getting
question is
Monster
there
Hunter.
anything else that someone wants to go get revenge on or just beat the ever-living hell out of for whatever reason?
I didn't get the 8 clear.
My answer wouldn't be socially acceptable.
Say it, you coward.
Nah, probably not a good idea if I'm guessing right.
Mhm.
And if everyone wants, we can just end here. We can just have it have the last night be a short night.
I can take the longest piss.
Take
That's
that
gonna
hour and
hang
a half,
out.
miss.
Whether we do anything in Final Fantasy or not, I'm still gonna hang out for a while.
That's fair.
When's the next Steam sale?
I have no
Uh,
idea. The next fest is
isn't it
happening
like
now,
June?
though. No, there's the
I won
spring
the first
one.
summer? Oh,
There's
there is
one
a
each
spring.
season.
There is going to be a spring one, yeah. It's usually around April.
Yeah, and they've also stated they're going to move the winter and fall sales to be not back to back like they have been the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So according to their website, the spring sale will start on the 13th of March.
Oh, wow. Happy birthday to me, I guess.
I'm trying to catch up on my first-person games I've missed out on.
Fair.
Oh,
You can play
You
those
should
now?
play Prey!
Which version of Prey?
The one everybody's
New one?
thinking about.
The old one?
I'm going to guess the new one.
The one with the space mimics.
New one. Okay.
It's actually been a while since I've done really anything first person that I think Roto would be even remotely interested in.
It's been a
I
while
could
since
be
they've
wrong.
released anything. It's been worth a damn in first person.
Yeah, that's true.
Well then, I guess since we finished and we're just going to hang out, I'm going to go ahead and shut off stream, and I'm going to be right back myself afterwards.
I am gonna hop out.
Take care.
We will.
bye.
All right. Well then, let me quickly go over here. We honestly, I'm glad that our last reclear ended up being with Rue, and it was on the warm-up poll, the first poll of the night. But this is also going to be the last GCC Raid Night for a while. To be fair, the vast majority of GCC needs to take a break for next tier, so there will still be GCC game nights. I'm going to be trying to push so that we do so that the Glass Carbuncle Company will still do something at the very least on Thursdays, if nothing else. So, for example, like we were talking Monster Hunter, we're going to be doing that. We've got Rapid and Steel. We've got Archipelago games. Like we aren't breaking up as a gaming group, because like to be fair, we have been gaming for years before Final Fantasy. We've just also been doing Final Fantasy for like 8 to 10 years now, and some people are understandably burned out. They need a little bit of a break. I will be continuing this tier though, I'll be continuing next tier myself, but I'm going to be joining my ultimate group, No Crits Allowed, so that means Final Fantasy 14 days are going to be moving to Saturdays and Sundays. That also means Tuesdays are now going to be open up. I admit next week I'm probably just going to take Tuesday off first because just give myself a little bit of a buffer for rest. And honestly, Tuesdays will probably end up becoming going forward a second game playthrough day, and then eventually I'm going to move it into being something else. We'll see how it goes. But thank you all very much for joining through as Glass Carbuncle Company has gone through this tier. It has really meant a lot to be able to talk to everyone throughout it, and I hope everyone has enjoyed watching and enjoyed the highlights and whatnot. And like I said, we will still be doing things. Or at least I'm going to be doing my best to make sure that we do things. We'll also have, like, fight nights on Thursdays sometimes. Because, you know, we do that on Mondays, but I tend to not stream it because, let's be fair, I tend to be dead on Mondays. But, yeah. I'm scheduled to stream tomorrow. I don't know what it's going to be, We'll see how it goes. If I do stream tomorrow, I'm going to be doing some testing stream-wise with some things. Back-end stuff you don't need to worry about too much. And if not, well, we'll be back Thursday, and I don't know what we'll be doing, but we'll be doing something. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching, and let me take a look to see who we can toss a raid over to. An early raid this time. Ba-dum-ba-na-dum. You know what, let's... I see maybe some people on mine, but let me see if there's anyone on Eldenwood that's doing anything interesting. No. Maybe. That's me. This is playing sounds this time. That's me again. I don't know why it moved me. Ooh, there we go. Let's go say hi to Rekujira. They're currently playing Chicory. If you're unfamiliar, Chicory is a very, very fun painting game. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's a very fun, very cute game. So let's go say hi to Rekujira. Again, thank you all very much for watching, and please, take care.